You're listening to Party Nerds Weekly.
And happy Memorial Day, y'all. It's the holidays.
What up?
You know, for partners, we don't take no days off in this motherfucker, man. We out here.
No days off.
No days off, man. Except for two other people. Ralphie, he's gotta pick up his parents, man. He's gotta pick up his parents. The villain has parents, y'all.
Yep.
The villain has a heart. So he's picking up his parents, man. He's doing the Lord's work and picking up his parents. Yeah, it's him, the villain. So no racist Ralphie this week, man, but we'll catch him next week. And James has been trapped in the multiverse. Memorial Day weekend caught up to him. We can't find him. Hopefully, if we can get up with Doctor Strange, we can find him. So
that's right.
But he might pop through. I ain't gonna hold you now. He might pop through. We might see him. So, But I'm here with the evil producer Jorge, who runs the show. I'm Haas Diesel, and we got some things to talk about, man. And the first thing we are going to talk about is the box office, man, with some big films.
It's crazy, films. Man. The box office.
Big films, man. We had a big film, huge franchise release 4 or 5 days ago. Mission Impossible, man. 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Very good. And people are coming out to see this last film of the franchise, of the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible franchise, man. And
I can't believe it's finally wrapping up. I thought he'd have another 10 more years.
Yeah, I mean, it's his baby, man. The fact that he survived 30 years, basically, and I mean, doing all his own stunts. I mean, this cat's done broken some bones, all kinds of stuff, man.
He's a true action star.
He really is. He's like the
last Jackie Chan.
Yeah, but in Jackie Chan, look, Jackie Chan's with the Karate Kid movie, right?
Yes.
He's coming out. He's coming out with the Karate Kid. Him and Ralph Macchio.
Yep.
They're gonna do the Karate Kid. That's coming out. But Jackie Chan's not really doing stunts no more, man.
Nah.
He's not. Tom Cruise is.
Oh yeah.
Tom Cruise is still everything you see Tom Cruise doing, man. He's still doing, man.
But Jackie Chan's 71. Freaking 71. Tom Cruise is 62. Yeah.
71.
Yeah.
You know what? Jackie don't got to do stunts no more though, man.
Nah, he can coordinate them.
We see, yeah. He's gonna be the mentor. He's gonna do the mentor thing again in Karate Kid, man. He'll be all right. But Tom Cruise, man, he's they're killing it at the box office, man. 200 mil worldwide in a few days. I mean, I think for me personally, it's the loyalty of the fans. You know, the anticipation of this last film. How's it going to go out? How's everything going to play out?
Yep.
I mean, like you said earlier, man, like you never thought this franchise would come to an end the way it was rocking, man. But you know, at some point, you gotta, at some point, Tom Cruise is going to be 71 himself one day, right?
Yep.
9 years from now, he's 62 right now.
Yeah.
So at some point, he's going to have to slow down.
He has to, man.
He's got to slow down, man. He does all his stunts, man. He breaks his bones. He does all kinds of stuff, man. And he still gets out there and performs for everybody, and he loves it. And he even said, like, he will be 100 years old still acting. Like, Tom Cruise is never retiring from acting. That's what the man said. He's not.
He's a pilot. He's a real life pilot. He flies jets, all that.
Yes, like he is. He's like. There's a few people in this world, and I'm just gonna keep it on like straight celebrities, right? Athletes and celebrities. I'm gonna leave it to that. That they are like fearless, right? And a lot of that mentality that Tom Cruise has, that was like how Kobe Bryant was. Just fearless. They didn't give a fuck. They just do what they do and they passionate about it, man. So that's a special breed of like entertainer, right? They get broken bones, sick, no matter what, don't care, they're performing. So Tom Cruise in this franchise, man, it's pretty historic. And it looks like it's gonna wrap up pretty good, man. Like it's gonna break the bank. Now, we have been tracking the Thunderbolts for the past few weeks, and Mission Impossible 200 mil.
Wow.
Thunderbolts is stuck at 355 mil. They
What's
was at
going on?
3. They made 30 million this week.
Andre,
What up, Dre? What's up, dog? Made 30 million this week. So
that's not good, right?
I mean, you know why it's not good? It's not good because of it didn't come out the gate strong.
Is it poor marketing, or is it just like you said, superheroes that nobody knows or cares about?
It's a wasted project. It's like a common theme that I keep bringing up, and we're watching it play out in real life, right? You see what I'm saying? Like we're watching it play out in real life. Marvel keeps coming out with these projects with characters, and we had a whole topic about it on the podcast. It's pretty much a Disney thing. Because I know for a fact, like you gotta know for a fact, like Kevin Feige didn't want to come out every so often to water down the market with Marvel stuff, right? There was a formula that he had in the Infinity Saga, right? Like he hit us with a movie there, a movie there, a movie there, built the story up, Avengers movie, story there, a story there, story there, built us up, Avengers movie, story there, story there, story there, built us up, Avengers epic 2-parter. Right? Got some of the best movies we ever seen in that genre, right? Disney saw the dollar signs. Oh my God, they're killing it. Wow. We need more. And the greed set it in, man. The greed set in, right? So now they got the Disney Plus app. They need to flood that app with so much content. So they're going to Kevin Feige. You're going to come out with this and that.
All exclusive still. Has to be.
Yeah. And so here's the thing, Jorge. One of the main reasons why they got to use like obscure characters that the common fan wouldn't even know, right? It's because it costs to pay the big characters. Like you just can't have Doctor Strange just pop up in this series and that series
on
and
Echo
series.
or something, you know. So
yeah, you can't have Spider-Man just pop up in this series and that series and that series. You can't have Thor pop up in this series, that series, and that series.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, Drake. It's quantity, man. And Disney don't care about the quality if they get in that money. But here's the problem: when you go quantity, right? Give Echo her own show, and give the young version, the new Hawkeye her own show, and you give Falcon and Winter Soldier their show, and then you give the villain from WandaVision her.
Yeah.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a really good show. But still, we are like you're using B, C, D list type characters, and like nobody wants to. Not too many people want to see all that, man. Like they want to see the characters that they grew up with. They want to see the characters that got established in the universe. So the thing with the Thunderbolts right now, they have the problem of having characters that we've seen in shows, that we've seen in movies, but they're not big characters.
Little side quest characters, right?
Yeah, so they're supposed to pop up in big movies and stuff like that, as like you said, side characters. They are running films, so yeah, it could be a good film, but not enough people are going to come to support it. It's a good. So here's the thing: Thunderbolts was a really good film, compared to everybody else. Critics and viewers, right? Audience, everybody liked the film, right? But here's the thing: remember Shang-Chi, a lesser known character, very less, like probably lesser known than the characters on the Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
but he had such an epic movie that it caught people's eye. So I think, and it happened with Guardians of the Galaxy too. Also, they had such an epic movie that it kind of had staying power. Thunderbolts was good, but not really memorable. You as you see, we're in like week. I want to say we're in week 4 of Thunderbolts. Week 4, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We're in week 4, and nobody's talking about this film anymore. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it anymore. That's it. Like it's a buzz, which wasn't much of a buzz. It's gone. So now, as we go on week to week, it's probably going to sit somewhere around 400 million.
What?
That's it. It's probably going to sit somewhere around 400 million, give or take a million.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to sit there, right? By that time, Mission Impossible is probably going to be at. By the time it reaches the 400 million, Mission Impossible might be at 500 million.
Shit.
So that's the thing we have to watch for as we get to the Fantastic Four movie, which is the next Marvel movie coming out, because Disney is going to be looking for a big investment in that, especially Kevin Feige, because if I'm telling you this stuff, he already recognizes it, and he needs a quality film, and he needs a film to perform. So we'll see what happens with the Fantastic Four and Galactus and the Silver Surfer with silver titties. We'll see what happens if those silver titties can bring the people in, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Mission Impossible is killing it in a few days, and it is tracking very well. So I'm looking. I mean, it's probably gonna. I would say worldwide, I'm gonna give a prediction and say it's definitely gonna be anywhere between 600 mil. This is the last film, right? 600 mil and 800 mil. It's gonna sit somewhere.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's gonna, somewhere in that line, 600 mil, 800 mil for this last film, especially if the audience score is gonna stay maintained around 80-85%. So people are going to tell other people to see it. It's an action film. This is the summer season now. We just had Memorial Day, so now it's the summer movie season. So this is going to get replay value, right? So I think it's going to do very well. And Dre, Fantastic Four. From what the previews that we've seen so far, there's a nostalgia aspect to Fantastic Four. So right off the back, I want to say that I think it's going to. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to do 600 million. I think it's going to be 600 million. I don't think it's going to. It's definitely going to get people out. Depending on the quality of the film, it's going to be. It could be more than that if it's a good story. If everything works out the way it is, I still think that people are nowadays that were used to going to Marvel films are now skeptical because we got so many average movies. So many average movies. Oh, you think? Yeah, listen. The only reason I'm not saying a billion yet, the only reason I'm not saying a billion yet, because the box office has been different. And it's hard to get a billion in the box office these days. And I hope you're right, Dre. I hope you're right. That's why I said between 600 mil and 800 mil. It is tracking so good right now, though. It's tracking so good. Tracking very well. Very well. So that's why, like, if it makes a billion, I'm not surprised by it. It's just the box office is weird these days, man. Especially ever since COVID. Ever since COVID, the box office has been weird. Where films that should be a billion don't make a billion. Films that should be 500 million barely crack 200 million. So
Yeah.
we got to see what kind of buzz Mission Impossible gets. But even if it sits between 600 and 800 mil, like it's still a great return. I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. I will say this: it's gonna be close. I would say it'd be closer to 800 million than 600 million. And I don't mind being wrong. If it hits a billion, then so be it, man. And that's good for the box office because, like I said, it's the summer season, and that's the type of movie you want to kick the summer season off with. And for people to get back in the theater is important. Like we'll get more action-packed quality films if people go to the theater, right? So I'm hoping that it makes more than what I'm predicting, 100%.
Yeah.
So, but
Yo, what up, man?
What up, Iggy? So we do have a topic tonight. We do. We got a topic,
You
yo.
ready for this one? This is gonna be a good one.
Ready? I done got my Superman shirt out, man.
Should I post a flyer
Jorge,
up?
if you could put up the question, can James Gunn and Zack Snyder both have good interpretations of Superman? And it is a simple answer for me. It is yes, man. Why can't they both have two great Superman storylines? Right? That's just my opinion. I like what Zack Snyder did with Man of Steel. It is one of my favorite superhero films. I think it's super dope. It was a great origin story.
Yeah, weren't we almost gonna get Man of Steel 2?
So that's a mess. That has always been a mess. And Dre says, yeah, they need to mind. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, I would love to work on some pre-production, on some writing of some of these films, man. But you know, that's why I'm here, rocking with y'all. That's why I'm here, man. We can talk about it.
Hunter's message.
Oh, what's up? All right, so Iggy says, what is your thought on the Zack Snyder brother going in and attack James Gunn Superman? Oh, yeah. True. So the Zack Snyder bros and trying to attack James. So here's the thing. If you guys remember, right? And Jorge, you was just alluding to it. So that was a great bridge to what we're talking about. So we got Man of Steel. Man of Steel was fantastic. Really good film. It started the DCEU, right? That was the start, right? Hold on 1 sec. Give me a sec, guys. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, I think we got robbed of Man of Steel 2. We were all anxiously waiting for that. I was. Goddamn, I don't even like DC that much, but I love Man of Steel. But politics, or movie politics, cinema politics, and these crazy fans. You feel me? Oh, he's back.
All right, I'm back, yo. I had daddy daycare going on. So look. Man. So yeah. So it started the DCEU, right? And they decided, like, hey, we got Superman here. Let's bring in Batman. Instead of establishing, like you said, Jorge, Man of Steel 2, they turned what should have been Man of Steel 2 into Batman vs. Superman, right? Had one of the greatest trailers you would ever see in a superhero film. Had all this hype, dropped the ball at the movie theater, right? The film, a lot of people really liked it. Didn't do as well as they thought. They thought they had an instant $1 million project.
Even Henry Cavill was on board 100%. Like Andre said, Henry was committed to that Superman role.
Yeah, 100%. And all the way to the end too, because they kind of played. What's up, brother?
It's Mel. What's up?
What's up, dude? They played Henry Cavill for a decade, pretty much. Like for a whole decade. They did the whole Justice League movie. Well, they killed him in Batman vs Superman, which was stupid. That was the first dumb movie they did to him, right? Killed him in Batman vs Superman, brought him back in Justice League, then kicked him to the side, right? Basically fired him, brought him back, right? Brought him back for the Justice League reshoots, then kind of kicked him to the curb, then said he's on, put him in the Black Adam movie at the end, wanted to play this Rock versus Superman thing because The Rock wanted to take over the DCU when The Rock as Black Adam, his arch nemesis, is supposed to be Shazam. And then DC just scrapped it and said, we're going wherever James Gunn is going to go with. So the hate that these Zack Snyder bros are having is because there's a group of fans that want Henry Cavill to be the Superman so bad, so bad. Oh, that warehouse scene. That
The
warehouse
best.
scene. I
So
mean, we
number
talk
one
about
for
it.
me.
We talk about it on the show all the time.
Yeah.
That warehouse scene is something else.
It's all
It's
Rock's fault. It is.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely the Rock's fault. I wish Ralphie was here so he could try to defend the Rock. But yeah, the hate is because people were so married to the idea of Henry Cavill being Superman that anything that James Gunn is going to come out with, he's going to get that initial hate. He's going to get stones thrown at his project. They're going to try to they're going to try to shit on the movie. They're all going to try to shit on the movie. Iggy says James Gunn says he is doing the world's finest movie. Yeah, he is going to do it. And he's going to do it right. He's going to do it right, and he's going to take his time. The one thing about James Gunn, he's going to make the DC universe, whatever they want to call it now. It's going to be like the old MCU. I'm talking the Infinity Saga, and I can tell by the quality of what we see in these trailers with the Superman movie. Like, he understands the formula that worked with Marvel and Kevin Feige. He's literally bringing that to the DCU, or whatever they're going to call it now. Let's say the DC universe. And we already seen it with Peacemaker. We already seen it with Preacher Commandos. He has a vision, man. He's working the vision, and this might be a switch. I think I brought it up last week. This might be the switch of the quality of DC. We might be looking at DC as the premier comic book movie genre franchise, and maybe Marvel taking a step back because they're running around scrambling trying to get a story together because, you know, the whole Kang thing messed up. So they had to change the villain. They had to bring Robert Downey Jr. out of his grave. They had to pull him out of his grave to make him lead another franchise. Like,
damn.
So we got to see what happens.
Can't let the man retire in peace.
Yeah, let that man rest. Let that man rest, man. So, yeah, the Zack Snyder, I want to say warriors, because they are fighting and fighting and fighting a battle that has been lost. Iggy says, if James Gunn's chapter 1 for WB, I'll see them. Tell James Gunn, do you have 2 more chapters left? Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, James Gunn has, like I said, he has the Kevin Feige model. So he has this whole thing. He has like a decade's worth of content, like, ready to put out as far as pre-production. Like, he has his storyline in place. Like, he knows the mistakes that DC did in the DCU, and he has everything mapped out. So unlike Zack Snyder, he didn't have the opportunity because of the studio WB in particular getting involved in changing his storyline and jumping in and meddling. James Gunn has the free will to just do the Kevin Feige thing and put everything into place. So, can there be 2 great versions of Superman? Yes, there's going to be. I mean, it's just like the comic book world. Like, you could have Superman have 4 different titles out at once, and they can all be good, right? So, it's just the Zack Snyder universe is it's like a cult like status right now, because we had the whole Justice League thing, the Man of Steel thing, and people want to see that story continue. And we got a taste of it in COVID with the
And release, right?
with the Zack Snyder Justice League movie, right? His full movie, the way it was supposed to be. He gave us 4 hours worth of it. Definitely a much better film than what we got from that patchwork that DC and WB and who was the guy that that was the director for the first Avenger film. What's his name? They came and made him finish that Justice League movie. What's his name? I haven't said his name in a while, so I forgot it.
Schumacher? No.
I'm gonna have to pull it up. I forgot his name, man. It's been a while. It's been a long time. But he came and he finished the movie.
Joss Whedon.
Yes, Joss Whedon.
Yes.
So Zack Snyder had a family tragedy, right? Like he had a death in his immediate family, like his child or something like that. And he had to step away from the film. Joss Whedon came in and did his Joss Whedon thing, and it did not work for the type of universe that Superman was in, that Batman was in, that Wonder Woman was in. It just didn't work. Like he tried to bring that laughy Marvel thing, and it just didn't work. And that Justice League movie sucked. Andre says, "Hi, speaking of different Superman, have either one of you read the Absolute Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman comic?" No, that is
That's why we have James.
Facts has. I'm pretty sure. I would bet that Facts. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that James has read that. I haven't read it. I don't have it in my collection either. So, yeah, I want you to save that question for Facts.
Yeah, we'll follow up with that one.
If he jumps on the show tonight, if he doesn't, save it for him next week and see if he did. I don't have it. I haven't actually. It's been a little bit of a minute since I bought some new comic books. So yeah, it's not part of my collection.
Let me tell you something, right? I understand with Zack Snyder pulling off of a Superman, but I think it's too early to tell with James Gunn because he hasn't pulled the Batman yet. And those two go together. Superman and Batman. He has to come up with a great Batman for him to complete the Superman.
Right. You know what I mean? Yo, I totally agree. It's like, I mean, if we can compare it to how the MCU started and they had Captain America and Iron Man, right? Like they were essential for that universe to maintain. It was essential. Listen, Drake. Matter of fact, yeah, text me more about it, bro. We could. I'll probably end up taking it. If it is what you say it is, I'm gonna end up picking it up. Yeah, I'll pick it up. So definitely text me about it for sure. But yeah, back to what you were saying. Yeah, without Captain America and Iron Man, we don't really have the MCU as we had it, right? And look what happened when we got to the climax movie, the Endgame. It was them two at the end with Thor, right? That was taking on Thanos. With all these incredible characters, it was really them that were taking it to Thanos at the end, and ultimately Robert Downey Jr. snaps and gives his life to save the universe. So, yeah, I think you are 100% right with a great Superman. You need a great Batman for this to even work out, right? Which leads us into the Superman film that has to hit. Like it has to. Like it can't be an average film. It can't be, oh, it was cute, it was good, I had a good time. Like
we're gonna give our honest reviews. We'll see that.
yeah, we're not gonna play around either. Like because I think this movie compared to other DC movies that we probably reviewed or covered, I think there's a sense, like almost unspoken sense of this movie might have a shot to be really good. Like we're not like there's no fear of it and like I don't know. Like it like I feel like collectively we're giving it like I think they got something here.
People are already gonna come in with the bar low.
Yeah. Well, we did that before. I think naturally we're coming in with a bar low, but I think there's more confidence collectively. Like we're like, you know what? I think we got something here. And I think people that are so huge on Henry Cavill, which I was huge on Henry Cavill. Like I hated how Warner Brothers treated that brother because he really, it's hard to have an actor or actress be so passionate about a role. Like, you know, these performers get paid a lot of money and they can take on many projects. So for Henry Cavill to take on so many projects and still be fighting, he was basically fighting to keep his Superman job.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, Warner Brothers didn't hold him in high standard like everybody else did, like the fans did. The fans love Henry Cavill's performance, regardless of if you didn't like the particular film that he was in. This film, that film didn't matter. Like, they loved him as Superman, and
Yep.
I think that's where this hate and this backlash is coming from with this James Gunn version of Superman that's coming out. But for those that are like hating on this film before it even comes out, like, you're doing yourself a disservice. Like, I look at it this way: I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I also love Ben Affleck as Batman.
That's Batman.
So yeah, like, again, the warehouse scene, we can't speak about it enough. So, but we always have those movies. Like, y'all do know y'all can go back and watch those movies, right? And y'all do know that, everything comes to an end at some point, right? So they had their time. Like, everybody in the DCU, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, like, they all had their opportunity. And unfortunately, it didn't work out like the MCU worked out. But we got some great moments out of the DCU, and you can go back and watch it and enjoy it. Like, y'all gotta give this shit a chance. Like, Henry Cavill's not walking through the door no more. I'm sorry, y'all. I hope he walks through the Marvel door as Wolverine again, because I think he was great for 10 seconds as Wolverine. So there's other opportunities for him to be successful. But don't shit on this James Gunn project that may actually be really good. So why shit on it? Why do that? Because they're not going to bring Henry Cavill back. Like, this whole protest, this whole hidden protest that they're doing, stupid, bro. It's stupid. It's bad for the genre, and you're shitting on. They're basically shitting on the projects that we want to see, and you just make it worse. It's like when they did the Justice League thing, and they did the Zack Snyder's Justice League, and they allowed them to do the 4 hours. Like, when they said, all right, cool, we will give it to the fans, we will give you a movie, we'll do it. They did it. Everybody loved it. They said, we're not continuing this storyline. Everybody started shitting on DC again. Well, we need more. You gave it to us. Like, they didn't have to give you that movie. Like, they're a studio, and they didn't release it in the theater. They released it on Max, on HBO Max. So for them to put millions and millions and millions of dollars into a movie, and they gave you 4 hours to watch on their app, and they didn't put it in the theater and recoup that money back that they turned in, y'all should be thanking them. The studios don't do that. They don't cave in the fans like that. So I think these Snyder Warrior Bros, I think they're spoiled, and I think that they are entitled, and they're bratty, and I don't like it. But I'm gonna get into some of these comments. I seen them up there while I was talking. So first is Iggy. Iggy says, I think Kevin and James Gunn might bring us the DC versus MCU. It's hard. So we're not going to be able to see that.
Right now,
I will go out the limb. It's too many. It's the studios are involved. They're rival studios. And then I'm not talking about DC, and I'm not talking about Marvel. I'm talking about Disney, and I'm talking about WB. They are not going to play. They're not, because
and Fox.
It's gonna come into money. Not just the money, but they want, if WB wants their characters to shine, and then Disney wants their characters to shine. So it's even beyond money. So who's gonna win? Who's gonna shine more? Like, it's stupid. It's so many politics involved. It can never work. We would as fans love to see it, but it just doesn't work. That's why you don't see stuff like that. It's too much politics involved. Dre says, you're underselling how hard it is to find passionate actors. Trust me. I might be, but I know Henry Cavill was super passionate about it. I know Ben Affleck was super passionate about it. I know Hugh Jackman's passionate about it. Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr. was. Ryan Reynolds. I mean, don't get any more passionate than that. So yeah, there's definitely actors that take it to heart, man. But I just think DC, in particular WB, they like damn near took the joy out of Henry Cavill. Like they shitted on that man, and
Of
he
course,
did
man.
nothing but perform for them. Like
Yep.
nothing. Like he spoke highly of of all the projects that he was in. He loves playing Superman, and they just shitted on him, man. It's just they did bad business. At the end of the day, they just did bad business, and it's not his fault because everything he did on screen was great. You know, it's just the quality of some of the films that they were in. They fucked it up. It's WB fucked it up. It's not Henry Cavill. It's not Henry Cavill. So we would love to have him back, but again, hopefully we get him as another version of Wolverine again, because I feel like with Hugh Jackman at his advanced age, like it'll be a nice passover after Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. It'd be a nice pass. Like pass that shit right over to Henry Cavill, and he'll put that same passion into Wolverine, which is a beloved character. So
Yep.
we'll see how that goes, man. I don't know, guys. If you guys, I mean, let's put a quick question before we get into the main question and comments. Um, how do you guys think? What do you think was? Do you guys like the Snyderverse version of Superman? Like, this is a question that you got that are watching right now. You guys can drop your comments. I want to know how many people loved, liked, or disliked Henry Cavill as Superman, and are you guys looking forward to this new version that we're gonna get very soon? Like, this movie's coming out soon, y'all. Like, in no time. And I can't wait for it. You you guys are coming into a I think a very, how can I put this in the right way? You guys are coming into a era where if this Superman movie hits, if this Fantastic Four movie hits, which we know Doomsday is coming up soon after that, we might be entering a little golden era of superhero films. We might. It's all dependent on if the Superman movie hits, Fantastic Four movie hits, and leads into Doomsday. Because if the Superman movie hits, that means that this DC, what James Gunn has planned for the DC universe, is going to be electric, and we got to trust him.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, he has the formula. If the Fantastic Four movie hits, that means that Marvel is going to be right back on the right direction. They're going to correct their wrongs, right? Correct the wrongs. And now we'll start having where we'll go, let's say, all right, it's September, we'll go see this DC movie. November, we'll see this Marvel movie. And we'll just get quality films, man. But it's all dependent on how these two films operate.
Is there enough?
For different reasons.
Is there enough market for them two to coexist at high caliber?
Yeah, everybody loves a great movie. So if we're getting two franchises that are giving us quality story, like, people are going to come out for that. That's the thing. The people are not coming out to these Marvel movies like the Thunderbolts and Captain America and stuff like that. Like, they're not coming out because they're not giving us good story. They're not giving us, either the story's not good or the characters are lame, or they're not holding the standard that we had before. DC is now like, we have to have that Marvel standard. That's where I see DC going. Mm-hmm. I feel like they're like, we have a standard. Like, we have to have a standard that Marvel had. Like, we tried to do something different. It didn't work. That's what they did. They tried to be When they saw Marvel doing their thing, they were like, "Well, we could be the dark DC universe." That's what Zack Snyder did. He wanted to be the dark DC universe, right? And it just didn't work, right? It didn't work. Maybe they should have saved the dark stuff for Batman. That's what they probably should have did. They should have just rode Batman in Gotham City and stayed dark there, but have a more lighthearted rest of the DC universe. If you get what I'm saying, like leave Gotham is dark. Leave Gotham dark, but Metropolis. I mean, they destroyed Metropolis in the first movie. In the first one, just destroyed Metropolis. Like, probably wasn't the best idea. I loved it, but it set too many people off in the wrong. Like, it gave it the wrong feeling. Like, it felt too dark, and Superman was too dark, and people wasn't ready for that. People wasn't ready for that. So, Muhammad says Zach can do Injustice movie. Yes. I mean, he gave elements of Injustice in Batman vs Superman, and then in Batman vs Superman, Batman had visions, right? He had visions in his dreams about Superman going rogue, and that's basically like an Injustice version of Superman, where he's just evil and he kills people. It's the best way I can put it. Like, he is the law, and he rules with an iron fist. So we got versions of that. And then we got the scene in Zack Snyder's version of Justice League with Batman and the Joker and a couple other characters. I want to say Deathstroke, and they were collaborating on trying to take down this Superman. So Biggs, what's up, man? What's up? I feel like you're late, dog. I feel like you're super late, man. Nah, it's good to see you, bro. Yeah, man. So it got the Injustice thing we kind of seen already, and I think it would be a huge mistake if we seen an Injustice type movie, whether it was inside the DC universe or if they made it like a Elseworld or a one shot. Like, we can't get that yet. DC has to focus on establishing their universe and cohesion and making sure everything fits and making sure there's quality. Quality is the most important thing about building a franchise, a huge franchise with a connective universe. So if they can establish a universe, then down the road they can do like an Injustice movie. And actually, it'd be a nice little nod to let Zack Snyder let him direct an Injustice movie, because he had the elements for it, and it would be dark, and that goes right up his alley. So that works. Dre says Henry Cavill was a great Superman. Agreed. And I'm used to Superman changing. A lot of people forgot about the awful Superman movie that Kevin Spacey. Oh. So we didn't forget. We tried to like box that in our memory banks and hide it. We leave it in the storage. We don't even like to bring that up. That movie sucked. Man, it's one of the most boring movies I've ever seen in my life. Was Superman Returns, right? That's what it was called. Superman Returns. One of the most boring movies I ever seen in my life. And it's not just superheroes, like just one of the most boring movies. What a waste. Muhammad says a lot of people say this dark tone Superman is Zach's choice, not Henry Cavill's, but can Henry Cavill really pull off the Boy Scout shiny version of Superman? Yes, he can. Henry Cavill has range. If he was, there was elements where he was lighthearted. He was just in a dark universe. So he had to play it as such. There was elements in the original Justice League movie where he was like little lighthearted towards the end. So like he can pull that off. There's no reason why he wouldn't be able to pull it off. to answer your question. He can pull it off. I guess we could get into
ready
the
for the
main
comments?
questions and
We got
comments, man.
a
It's
lot of
time.
comments.
It's time. I'm
All
ready
right.
for it, man. Let's
Well, here
drop
we go. Can James Gunn and Zack Snyder both have good interpretations of Superman? First one.
All right. 2025 gives Scooby Doo vibes. Okay. All right. Facebook is off and running. All right, Man of Steel is a great film. Agreed. Reminded me of the DC cartoon movies. Great fights and more content. Tired of superhero movies made for children. Make more for adults. Not a bad comment. We're off to a good start on Facebook right now. Okay. Snyder Bros are really a bunch of edge fucks pretending they know Superman more than the comic purists.
Yeah. Is that true?
Listen, I don't like the Snyder Bros, so I'm cool. Let's keep going. It's a fucking comic book. Okay. All right. Okay. Why you mad, son? Why you mad? 2013 was the best. 2025 is a comedy.
Is that true?
So I'm taking that 2013, the Man of Steel. He really likes the Man of Steel version of Superman.
Yes.
So, and that 2025, without watching the movie, Jorge,
that's right,
is a joke. Okay, let's watch the movie first.
Yes, that's right. All right.
Next comment. Do a DC movie that makes more money than Snyder's DC movies, then we can talk. Till then, just hope. Remains to be seen because we have a movie coming out.
That's right.
So it's coming.
Hold that comment though.
We gotta pin that comment. We have to save it. That person might be right. That person might be wrong.
Look at Andre.
Dre says, I would smoke a bowl with Brandon. You smoke a bowl with Brandon. Yeah, you do that. Snyder bots are just the worst of toxic fandom. Man of Steel was good, but it lacked the heart that the first Reeve movie had. I am optimistic that this movie may give us a Silver Age style Superman movie which is closer to the tone of the Reeve films. I will at least give it a chance. Something the Snyder people seem to be unwilling to do.
That's true.
All right, decent comment, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you. Decent comment. He's willing to give the movie a chance.
And that's what we have to do. We have to give it a chance.
That's all I want to see.
Well, remember the director of Craven was begging people to give it a chance?
Yeah, and look how that turned out. We gotta, you know what we gotta do, Jorge?
But
we gotta do an episode of the worst comic book films of all time.
Oh yeah, easy.
Like we gotta put together like
the worst scraped movies.
A top 10, and then we gotta. Then obviously the question has to be for the people their top 10 because
reshit it all over again.
Yeah, because when I hear Craven, I hear top 10.
Yeah,
terrible movies of all time. So I'd give that a chance.
All right, here we go.
I prefer a bright and colorful Superman that is easy to watch. I want to connect and invest in him as a character. Not gonna lie, I fell asleep in Man of Steel. Damn. It was too dark and gray for me for a Superman movie. Zack should have started with Batman.
That's true.
Well, I am not. That's not a bad. That's, first of all, good comment. It's a good comment. Falling asleep during Man of Steel. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Interesting. He clearly said though he was not feeling the dark tones, which we just talked about. Yep. He's just talking about the dark tones of the universe. So that shit didn't hit for him. And that's what I see. That's the common issue with the DCU. It was too dark. It was too dark too early.
Yep.
It was too dark too early. And I think that set some people off. He likes his Superman clean cut, happy. I would bet he's gonna like this film coming up. Mm-hmm. He's gonna like this film.
Yeah.
What we got? Another paragraph. Superman Gunn version is going to be bright and family fun. Man of Steel Snyder version make a little kid Superman fans questions why Spidey so dark. Well, excuse me, why Soupy so dark, edgy, scary, forced murder of Zod and fight other heroes in Justice League. I'm sorry, y'all. This is how he wrote it, so it's not really complete sentences. Dog lovers gonna rejoice of Crypto acting like a dog first, then super alien candid later. More coverage of Fortress of Solitude like the Donner Reeve era is always welcome. Sadly, Snyderverse has rest in peace. New era of soup begins in Gunn I Trust.
Damn.
Hard read, but he's looking forward to this film.
Yeah.
I got that. That was a hard read though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, a little long-winded, you know.
Yeah, a lot of missing words.
Yeah.
Snyder's DC universe look like a below average saga, trying to look like it's a masterpiece, more like a disaster piece.
Ooh.
Okay. Little stab at the Snyderverse. Gun Soup already looks so in line with the comments and exactly how a Superman movie should like. So far, Jorge, I think we're slightly getting more optimism on this
That's
new
true.
Superman film than they like the Snyderverse. This is just through the comments. This is what I'm gathering right now. What we got?
All right, here we go.
Damn, Man of Steel fans are fucking insufferable. I'm all more than ready for the new movie.
There we go.
Damn.
Yeah.
They people. If this is what it is, Jorge, Superman's gonna do numbers, man.
Yeah.
Superman's gonna do numbers. What we got? Gun fanboys trying to convince the world that an outdated Timu looking diaper suit looks good. How did he put Timu looking diapers? That's a hard read. While the main characters suspiciously look similar to Cavill, who they hate. I said this before in previous episodes that the Superman that we have now looks like he can be Henry Cavill's cousin. Yeah. Like they are very similar, which I think is by design. I think they wanted so here's the thing, and this is just me breaking down how everything went down. I think Warner Brothers and DC wanted to give Gunn the whole franchise, right? James Gunn wanted to start from scratch, but James Gunn also wanted a Superman that can relatively look very similar to Henry Cavill,
or the comic book at least.
Yeah, so they wanted basically to have familiarity, right? Yeah. Like, yeah, that does look like Superman because I think Henry Cavill looked like Superman, and I think he wanted to keep the look pretty much the same, but he needed a new actor to do it. So the best thing to do is get somebody that can act and look just like.
Yeah.
Dre says, damn, the people are writing in the comments would have hated me in school. I would have been picking them to do popcorn reading every day. Bro, man, listen, man. These comments are something else, Dre. I ain't gonna hold you now.
Yeah.
Something else, man. Zack Snyder movies are so visibly dark. I need to be within 5 inches of the screen to even make out what the hell is going on. And listen, he's not.
He ain't wrong.
These are what people are. This is why the DC universe DCU didn't work out. Like we're literally getting all the nuggets. This is why through the comments. Snyder fanboys taking every opportunity to crap on a film they've never seen screams, I don't actually know anything about Superman or care to. I'm nervous about the film, but hopeful. Hopeful being an important part of Superman.
That's true.
So he's looking forward. Yeah, he's looking forward to the movie, man. A lot of people are looking forward to the movie, man. And this is good energy. I'm getting good energy. This is a very positive Facebook comment. Episode we have today. One is dark, gloomy, and gritty. The other is upbeat, vibrant, and joyful. Thank you, Officer Obvious. We he said a lot. But no, he's right. Depression versus hope. That's a good description. That's a very good description. Real cinema versus troll parody.
Oh,
There we
let me
go.
get away. Yeah, there they
So
are.
so so I would say this time the Man of Steel version would be real cinema, right?
Mhm.
This new version is the troll parody. That's
Yeah.
how I took that as.
All right, here we
So
go.
this one's not looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill is easily second to Christopher Reeve. I mean, it's not that many Supermen to go off of. So,
Mhm.
yeah, of course he's second to Christopher Reeve. Love his take on Man of Steel. It's a shame he was taken away before the series, before his stories end. That being said, I'm extremely excited to see a true colorful run of Superman. It should be a good contrast with whoever they cast as Batman.
That's true, man.
Good comment, man. And yeah,
Batman is
Jorge,
the missing piece to Gunn's, true
you
version of
you've
Superman.
yeah, you brought it up. You've brought it
Yeah.
up earlier in the podcast. How this movie goes and what Batman is casted will determine how successful this universe is going to be. So
Yeah.
it's very important that they hit on this film and then hit on Batman. And then unlike the last time they tried to put Batman and Superman together, you put that great Batman movie together. And I want to, before we get to the next comment, I want to note that we are not getting the Batman sequel for another couple of years.
Really?
So, yeah, they can't apparently what's his name that's Batman now over there
Oh,
from
Pattinson.
Twilight. Yeah.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. He's not available.
He's so
He's
big.
doing
He's
other
got so
shit.
many movies lined up.
Yeah, he's busy. So, what is the point of even messing with that universe? You might as well just put all your eggs in a
It's a one
basket
off.
in a blanket. Get us the right Batman, and let's rock out, man.
Well, let us get a James Gunn Batman. That's it. And
Yeah,
forget
that's
about
all we
Matt
need.
Reeves. Yeah.
We don't need 17 Batman running around. It's fine.
Leave Matt Reeves doing the Penguin, right? Is he?
I mean, yeah, he could. He could. There's going to be another season, so whenever they do that, they can continue. They look. They don't need Batman apparently to do the series, so they can keep rocking with the Penguin. I think they're doing something else too, aren't they? I think there's another series they're going to do too. I gotta ask Gene. I wish James was here. I gotta ask him see if he remembers. They might be doing another series too. So, but whatever it is, they can continue the storylines. It's just
Yeah.
there's no Batman because Robert Pattinson's just busy as fuck.
Here we go.
While I enjoyed Snyder's version, it was too dark for Superman. As others have said, he is light. He is hope. He is, and the bright colors should explode on the screen or explode off the screen. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I think audiences are in for a treat. Me too.
Yeah.
I think so, man. A lot of positive comments for this upcoming film, which I appreciate.
There we go.
One thing striking is how Man of Steel has such powerhouses of acting. Henry Cavill wasn't really a known quantity at the time, but Lawrence Fishburne, Michael Shannon, Amy Adams, Russell Crowe, Diane Lane, Kevin Costner were and remain giants. The new one has Nathan Fillion, who I love, and Nicholas Hoult, but I can't say I really recognize the rest of the cast as being great. Admittedly, I never watched the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and the guy who played Darwin in the X-Men First Class. Fine, I guess. So, I want to say that this guy loves the quality of acting in Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
And they had powerhouses.
They did.
As actors. Yeah. So, but Man of Steel was, damn, that shit was 12, wait, what year is this? This shit was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're in a new age. I mean, a decade and some change. Like, we're in a new age. There's new actors. There's new talent out there. So, just because we don't have maybe the names that Man of Steel have, I would say James Gunn has casted a group of actors that are going to kill it on screen. My personal opinion.
There you go.
So D Block says yes, they both can. I like the Man of Steel movie. I thought it gave a unique interpretation of Superman. There have been many comic book writers who have given different versions of him, some good, some bad. So I think two different directors can do the same. I agree. And why not? We're getting different versions of him. That's it.
Here we go.
Yes, different, deliver the same awesomeness, but can't James Gunn do a Batman?
That's how it's seen.
That is the question. Well, it remains to be seen, man. But I would think so. Of course. I mean, Jorge, if you had to think, gun to your head, that James Gunn is going to deliver a Batman that we need, would you say yes or no?
Say what?
Gun to your head, do you think James Gunn is going to deliver us like a Batman actor that's going to, kill it?
Every Batman is like a megastar. You know, you had like Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Michael Keaton. These guys are like, blockbuster guys. So
I would bet James Gunn would get a great Batman.
Oh yeah. So all right, here's the last comment.
Last one. Amazing. All right. The Shirley Sentinel. Let's see. For that to happen, both interpretations would have to be good. Snyders was awful, damn, and now it's dead. Good. Oh man, I still stand by it. Not all Snyders' work, but his Superman for sure. We all make mistakes. That's funny. But listen, man, comments wasn't that harsh this week.
Yeah.
And not racist.
No.
It was pretty impressive.
We got
it was.
There's hope.
There is hope. There is hope for humanity out there, man.
Yeah.
You guys didn't go sexist, rapist,
right?
All that. Y'all didn't do none of that, man. Like y'all were insightful this week, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Applaud to Facebook. Wow. But yeah, man. We're gonna get that Superman movie. Matter of fact, what's the release date for that? I need the release date because we're I think we are now in Superman watch.
That's coming out in July 11th. Wait.
July 11th. Oh, and Fantastic Four is later that month.
Yep.
July is busy, man. July is busy, and July is huge. July is huge for the superhero genre.
A week after, July 25th, Fantastic Four.
Yeah, so it is huge. Huge. You know why these comments ain't racist. I know, Dre.
If Superman was Mexican American.
I know, Dre. I know. But it wasn't. We got to take our wins, man. We got to take our wins.
Mm-hmm.
We got to take our wins. People really.
Oh, my God.
people, Dre, people actually commented on the films and gave insight. I am enlightened by it. I'm sorry. I'm happy.
Oh, Dre, that's hilarious.
But yo, we will again be here in a week doing what we do on this podcast, man.
Yeah, if it was Supergirl, oh shit, everybody have a connection.
Yeah. But it's not. So we didn't have those comments. And we're gonna rock out this week, leaving here without all the crazy comments we normally get.
Yeah.
But you guys can watch us every Monday, 9 p.m. on 135 platforms. You can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on Twitch. You can catch us on
Instagram.
Instagram, Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I missing something? Am I missing something? Is that it?
Yeah,
I think that's all. It's a lot of platforms, y'all.
Yeah.
But you guys can catch us 9 p.m. next week on however you guys watch us. We will have Grandmaster Facts, aka James, who will be back hosting, and then the villain of all villains, Racist Ralphie, will be back. There he goes. We knew it was him all along. We knew it was him. We'll have these guys back next week, man. We'll all kick it, guys, and Yeah, man. Thank you for rocking with us. For Jorge, the evil producer who runs the show, and I'm catching lobs by him. My name is Haas Diesel. We will catch y'all next week. Peace, y'all. Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day.
Party nerds.